I'll mess it up. Oh, it is pretty. It's very pretty from that.
I'm just gonna paint with this.
So do you paint right on the dry?
I'm painting right on this drawing.
Okay. This is the same. Ooh, come on.
And it's pretty controllable
At this point,
at this point.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
what do you need?
What do you need?
I need to have water.
There's water, there's bowl right over there. Yeah, by the water bucket. So I'm just kind of roughing in my big shapes wherever you heard that before
Yeah.
this morning.
What is the favorite? This is the plain one. And then, yeah, this is the plain one, then you probably do here. Right.
There's kind of my mountain, huh?
You get it. Yeah.
Now we'll see how well I can use this spray bottle.
It just comes up fast.
Here's my sprinkle bottle, my spray bottle. I am going to start off and I'm going to try to paint the sky first.
Interesting. Okay, so you turn it upside down. Oh.
Ooh, wow.
And while that is painting, I'm going to add a little to it.
Whoa.
Do I want the light coming from any place? Yeah. Mine. I'll worry about that now. I want to start painting the sky. Messy, messy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start running this back and forth. But it gives me all this stuff that I wouldn't have thought of. I mean, that's pretty cool. Look at all that beautiful little texture happening.
Wow. It's great.
Cool. Wow.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Kind of interesting.
I'd leave it at that. You got that shadow just by squirting under it then, right? And
Oh,
that-
I kind of painted the lines around it, but then I squirted it. I squirted it expertly.
Oh, you can set that up at the gallery and sell it in Mammoth. They've got a pretty active arts council up there.
Wow. Okay. Well, that comes out fast. It's really fast.
Oh, this is giving me some pretty cool stuff. Now I can paint with this again. Some trees going on. Some dark over here. Dark down here. A little bit of dark like that. It's kind of giving me a pretty cool effect. Uh-oh. What did I do with the, there it is.
Can I borrow the squirt bottle from the monitor? Just
Now that
Ruth
gave
or
me
the-
that great
the-
start. So now I can go back and I can paint a little bit. With my brush, I can put in some trees.
Is this a lid? Oh, yeah.
These are a bunch of trees in here.
Oh, shit. I just unloaded a lot.
I'm gonna make that darker. This time I'm just gonna use my paint because I've got this pretty cool start.
Yeah.
Mix a little phthalo and Payne's gray together to make some kind of a nice little dark. Then I can start putting in.
Was that going out too fast?
It did, be careful, it does come out
Okay.
like a big quantity.
I'll take my, where's my bogus one? Practice on that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unknown caller.
Going to start connecting some of these edges. There we go.
Wow.
Make this a little more in shadow up here. No, that's still pretty blue.
When you're done, I'll take that again. And keep doing it.
I'm going to use, while this is damp or wet, I'm going to use some salt to see what happens.
Where's the lid on this? Okay.
Side of my pot, get some of this texture that I see. I'm also, while it's still damp, wet, I'm also going to try to use a little bit of my thin white opaque. Let that, I'm actually going to let that blossom.
Mhm. I have lots of blossoming going on.
Hey, that seems to be painting itself pretty well. I'm gonna go clean that up around the top, but I really like what's happening with the mountains. Pretty cool, using that squirt bottle to get started. I have to wait for that to dry, then I'll clean up that edge. Leave it a little ragged in some places. I'm gonna try this now. Oh, I like that that blue is seeping down in there. That's cool. Look at that nice surprise. Yeah, and pick a direction you want that to run off on.
Cooperating very well.
Yeah.
This is back to, although I have a photo sitting here, this is back to, it's giving me something that I didn't plan on. Let's put it that way. Now I've got a fairly decent start. I can, I'll go back with a little paint. Add to that. Oops, didn't want to go that much.
Can I try the blue squirt bottle? Is this it? Yep, okay, thank you.
Quiet this.
Oh, what color was in this script? Well, I guess I can just do it this way.
Oh, I like those together. Here's the brown.
Oh, you added the.
I'll try the brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the patchy snow in that field.
Okay.
So what are those two colors?
The brown, the blue is phthalo and paint gray,
Okay,
and the brown is raw sienna, burnt sienna, and that's it.
okay.
And I put a little bit of that blue in it.
A little bit of the phthalo.
Well, it's that blue. It's the phthalo with
Oh, with some of the Payne's gray.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to differentiate this bottom here. That give it a little more structure. There we go. That's a nice little opening to this meadow out here, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, most of this is painting itself.
Yeah.
Kind of like it.
Here's the brown if people want it.
Fun. Being in the lab is fun. Because there's no expectations. Ooh, that salt's gonna work great in those mountains. I gotta let this dry a little bit. All I really would have to do is put in a fence line of some kind in here and I could be pretty much done. I wait for it to dry though. With a warm and a cool color. Want one of those bottles to paint with, or you can just paint it?
Oh, I used that.
Oh, you used it? Okay,
Yeah.
it's really easy to cover. It's really easy to make it all go away by spraying too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. If I were you, while that's drying, if you have another pad or I have a pad, I would do a bullseye.
Oh, sure.
You
Okay.
you can lean that up against, here. Just lean it up against,
I can leave it up on the floor, can't I? Against
this.
the leg. Oh, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Jesus
I
Christ.
kind of like the line. I kind of like the line in combination with the rest of it, leaving the line, you know, where I drew with the needle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I will go back and I will pick out some of these little hot lights and emphasize some of these darks.
Mhm.
But I gotta wait for that to kind of paint itself first. Oh, what a concept, painting itself. I find that if you take a flat brush like this one and you just go like this with some paint on it, it will make those little tiny little trees. I mean, it's just,
Mhm.
it's just, I think it's just easier.
Wow.
I'm gonna put another drop of white now that I'm letting this cook. I'll put another drop of white while that's still damp, maybe. Pretty thin white. Oh, look at that. Then now that is going to go around some of these salt crystals, and it's going to be pretty cool, actually.
Oh,
Yes,
oh, okay. It was just so quiet. I wasn't sure. I thought I lost my sound.
yeah, that's the shape, but I drew that shape first. I did a pretty good drawing of this before I started painting it.
Huh.
Now I have to decide. I love this little highlight right here. That little. In fact, I think I'm going to emphasize that a little bit.
Shape here, and then that's this shape here. So that would actually. Be here. This.
Um, Using just the side of my brush to just tickle that. I could put the cabin or something down here, I guess. My light's coming from this side. So I think this is dry enough. I think. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn this way because I'm master of the universe. I'm going to give this a little bit more light. So I'm painting in big strokes. I'm painting around this mountain.
Now, what color are you coming in for that?
That's cerulean.
Cerulean.
Yeah. And I want it to be darker over here, so I'm going to make it a little darker. And let it down. And then I start washing out this edge. Where did I get red in there? I don't know. I want to wash out this edge, and I can do that a couple of different ways. I'm just going to take my spray bottle and
Well, here's your spray bottle.
I'm going to do
Here's
that.
your spray bottle.
See, look at that painting itself. Now I emphasize that mountain. I reinforce where the light's coming from, which was here because the shadows are there. See, that makes a big difference. And to emphasize the bottom of this, I am going to take that raw sienna and mix it with a little bit of this other color that I have, which is that Payne's kind of color. I want to emphasize this little wedge right here. I am going to do that. I'm going to rough this up a little bit. In the front, look like a little stubble. I'm going to connect with this guy a little bit more. I'm going to put some darker stubble up here. Try to keep those snow patch, the little triangles That works better, I think. Side of the brush. Your weeds. I'm looking at this sideways. Dry brush.
Master of the universe, I think.
I think that's better. I'm designing now. And I want to close this in because I don't want that. I want this to be the white.
Wow.
Makes a big difference.
Joe, when you put salt on, do you wait till it dries before you remove the crystals?
Yeah,
Like-
only because it'll smear the paint.
Yeah, well, I
So
kind of like
you can
this.
paint on top of it,
Okay,
but you have to go set that in the sun. For
yeah,
a
I'm
few
going to.
minutes. You're pretty much there for your first try. Don't try to complete this all in one.
Okay,
Go set that in the sun.
Okay.
Then you can come back and you can finally eat a few little things with your bottle again instead of your brush. Like if I made this
right, that line
a
there,
lot darker
yeah,
and let it go down, is that?
yeah, this is gonna be that dark spot
Yeah,
there.
okay.
It started
Just
to
draw a
bleed
line there and then hold your pad up and it'll float down. But just make a line. I mean, just go.
Okay.
There you go. Now you can let that float down. See?
Yep.
That's gonna give you shapes because that's what's gonna give it form.
Yeah,
If you put it everywhere, it doesn't have any form, right?
no,
So you have to figure out where's the light coming from. In this shot, the light's coming from over here. Cause I see the shadow.
here, coming down here. and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see the shadows. Anyway, I'm gonna let this just dry autumn by itself. Cause I think that sky works pretty good now. It's darker over here, lighter over here. It's showing off the mountain. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's cool. I like this little patch and everything else is kind of there. I'm gonna put just a fence line here and I'm done. With a
Sure.
couple of little spots. But
Oh, Joe, I think I'm done. I don't know what else to do.
just go let it dry and then we'll finish it.
Okay.
Just go put it in the sun and let it dry and work on your bullseye. Oh, you could set that in the sun. It's probably pretty dry. You have that master. I hate you.
Bullseye.
Actually, I have the one I did
So-
last week, so.
Oh, Pat,
This isn't-
So I kind of like where this is going.
yeah, I do too. Now, go set that in the sun because if you make the sky darker, that's gonna define that.
Oh, that's.
So
a
it
good
has to
point.
be dry first.
Right.
And then this has to be yellow right now
Yeah,
for me.
I was gonna put brown on. or
Yeah,
some kind of-
but that's later.
Yeah,
So go set that in the sun and bullseye.
okay. I have one more bullseye to work with.
I don't want to touch this. This is very nice gradation right here. So I want to really let that settle in. Look at that beautiful yin space shape compared to the yang shape. Yin yang, left brain, right brain, whatever you want to call it. This has a lot of texture. This has
this one's soft.
almost no texture. This has both. But I'm emphasizing that light just cropped up. This just cropped up. So as Joey Z said, the page is telling me what to paint. I am just about ready to go like this. And listen to what this is telling me. Make sense? Alexa, play soft rock.
Here's a playlist you might like. Mellow 80s Gold on Amazon Music.
Make sense?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
I know, it's like, it's okay.
So you can be my rep up there. You can-
Yeah, I know, you could sell those easily,
Yeah,
sell them easily.
yeah, for sure.
I can always use $20.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put all your stuff on FI, on FY.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
I'll
try
do-
it,
I'll
try
do
it.
a 5.
See how you do it.
You know, as Shirley knows, with using acrylic ink, that's how that one was painted, I told you. So it's the same thing, only I'm squirting with an ink bottle dropper. That one in the top left, I'm ink bottle dropper instead of.
Remember, most nowadays. Oh. I was named after my aunt who died of course, and I was born on the day. And so I think Marjorie White is something.
I've never heard before. Which is Declan, which is Declan. There's so many names now, nothing is.
Nothing
standing.
surprises me nowadays
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
young, because my, I have a nephew.
We have
Well, my nephew's, Willie, W-I-L-E-K, and that's a Scottish. Like that one, Willick.
We have grandkids. And this one family, Deegan. I've never heard. Oh, I really? And the other little girl, Noah, Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, also,
they come up to them.
these are my grandnieces and nephews, Luella. How about just Ella? No, Luella, Willick, Adeline, and, Myron. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yes, and that's an old Scottish name. Too, it's not just Jewish.
There are no more.
Right, there's no Tom, Dick, and Jane, nothing like that.
No, nothing. My grandson. Nobody goes anymore.
Isla.
I love that name.
Isla.
What is
Ira?
Isla?
Oh.
I-S-L-A.
Oh.
That should be a girl's name.
It is.
Sounds like,
Well,
I
I
thought
have-
it was a trans.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a boy? Named Isla?
No,
His daughter.
she's a 2-year-old and they have a baby, so my son always says, Mom, our life is completely nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with naming everybody in your family with the same first name. I've got two nieces that have done that. All their kids begin with, Lyra, Legetta, and,
Yeah.
Lila. or-
Yeah.
How can you tell them apart?
Yeah, you know. My son's the names, girl's name suggestion before Isla was born. And he said, oh, I like that name. He's like, sent him Violet.
Oh, yeah.
And because I met this really charming girl, whose name was Violet, and she loved her name. And then I sent him Rose. And then I sent him Peony, and he said, Mom, they're all names of flowers.
Well, I had an employee who was of Hispanic background, so it's Violeta, first daughter, and then another flower name. Maybe
Oh,
Iris.
Margarita.
No, but Iris, I think it. Iris. Love Violeta.
So pretty.
I still don't know where I go. Have you figured, Joanne, have you figured out where your bullseye's gonna go? This is the one you did.
This is what I did last
bullseye, right?
Trying to figure out what to paint on.
Yeah.
That's pretty complicated. Those are the colors, it's like,
You have Joanne, I mean, I have these too.
no, I don't, this is Gerald.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
My own copy. Oh, good.
Yeah. Like, the colors, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna do sleep. And I'm looking for paintings in here, ideas that will use these colors. I just found them. It has this, I can use all these colors.
Anyway, there's my reference and here's what had happened and it all kind of painted itself.
Nice.
Pretty
So-
good, pretty darn good.
Oh, my God, okay. Nice, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, this was fun.